Welcome, everyone, to the Kung Fu Physicist podcast. I am the Kung Fu Physicist, here to explain the science of fighting. And today with me, I have a special guest, Sifu Guerman Atanassov. You guys will know him as the founder of Wing Tsun Illinois. He also has a long history with Wing Chun Kung Fu and Yang Family Tai Chi. But before we continue today's episode, I'm going to ask real quick that those of you guys that are liking our content, please like us, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us on Spotify if that's an option. I actually don't know the Spotify tabs, okay? But, so hello, Sifu. How are you?
Hello, everybody. I'm so happy that I can present myself and like a founder of Wing Tsun Illinois, who I am, what I did, how I started. So people know me, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Also, if you have any comments, please do so under the video, under the podcast. If you like to know more about Wing Tsun, Tai Chi, and how they actually correspond to each other, or any other observation, comments, I'll appreciate that.
All right. Excellent. So I've obviously had this podcast for a long time, and the podcast was actually both of our idea. We were talking about it. I said we need to start a podcast, but this is the first podcast you've been able to make it on. So I believe it's episode 13 that we're shooting now. So
yes, I'm happy to participate in that also.
So it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
So let's start off because a lot of people know you from training, but not many people know about your background, about like where you started and everything. So I don't know. Where do you want to say that you got started with your martial arts journey?
Let me first introduce myself. As Eric said already, my name is Guerman Atanassov, and I'm born in Bulgaria, and I lived there till 1999, and I moved to Chicago 2000. And I'm aerospace engineer. For who doesn't know that. My degree, I've done it in Riga, former Soviet Union, in Latvia. It's a huge institute about that. In English, could be college and even can be university. So that is, I've got, just to say that I'm Bulgarian and from there. And my martial arts journey, I started there a long time ago, in 1984. So, okay, at that time, I was in high school, and my first touch to the martial arts was judo. One of my friends dragged me into the dojo because I was constantly got in the fight, as I was kind of not a big guy like others, not strong. And of course, the bullies will pick up on me, and I will sometimes defend myself, but I felt the need, and so my buddy, my friend, he dragged me to this club Maritza in Plovdiv, and I practiced there till I moved, till I went to army. That's how my journey started. And
so initially you started in Plovdiv, in Club Maritza.
Yes, that's my initial thing.
Cool.
Yes.
Plovdiv is my favorite Bulgarian city, by the way.
Of course, my too, right?
Sorry, Sophia, folks. You're not going to win me over. Okay.
Yes. They tried, but, I still I'm able to drag him back to Plovdiv. So
then, you were training judo. You started with judo, and then you was it a draft over there, or?
No, the thing is that that time, probably a lot of people doesn't know, but during the communistic time, 1984, still this is socialism, communism in Bulgaria. The martial arts were forbidden. I don't know, maybe communists were afraid that people will be able to defend themselves and demonstration. I don't know why. And only the special force and police will be able to practice like karate and other stuff. And the interesting thing, though, that in that club, in judo club, some of these people from special forces and police, they will come also to practice judo, to know some of the techniques of the judo, and they will share with us karate. striking techniques, and that's how I started incorporating my training in martial arts, also striking and kicking techniques. Right?
Cool.
Yes, and it was till I went to army 2 years, and there, of course, I continued. But it was called a special. I don't know even how to translate in English, but they have that in army too, like a special training. And I went there to little bit to practice. But I continue my judo journey in Riga when I went there to study for my engineering. And if I think how many years I did judo, maybe 8 years total, Bulgaria there. And I participated in competition. I still have my nose a little bit broken. He's a little bit crooked to one side.
From the competition.
From competitions, yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So
cool. So then you're out of the military. When did Wing Chun and Tai Chi start entering your life?
Oh, that's a very good question. And I can start a little bit before that. The thing is that judo, however I practiced judo, was mostly like a sport. And even the karate that I practiced at the time, I little bit participated in Shotokan karate trainings also. Somehow it was not helping me against the big guys. I was struggling with big guys. Something was not correct. And I don't know, maybe because I'm a small person, I'm not that big. Of course, not small, but basically not big and strong. So I started researching something that will be more kind of, I would say, universal. It will work every time. Doesn't matter you're big, strong, or small, or whatever. And that's how I started actually my research in Riga. But again, there was a still communistic time, and our access to this stuff were very, very hard. So we'll try to get some movies, especially Bruce Lee movies. That's how they spark me. Oh, see, this guy is fast, something flexible. He is small, but he still do the stuff. That spark in my mind. Maybe there is something that we don't know. And I couldn't find anything in Riga. And even when I come back to Plovdiv, maybe 1 or 2 years I was not practicing anything because of settling my life, starting engineer job. I had wife, I got kids, and kind of not, I wasn't not focused on that. But eventually my Sifu, the very first Sifu, that's how we call the first person that actually introduced you to Chinese martial arts, is your Sifu, your father, because you're born in this martial arts. That's how is that philosophy. My first Sifu, Stanislav Bagalev, opened school in the Plovdiv University. Somehow they gave them that, opportunity. And because interest was high, he also opened like a club for the city, and it was still only Tai Chi and Shaolin club. And because we kind of very interesting for me, so I went there because I want to see something different, something that I was searching for this. And immediately I start practicing, especially Tai Chi. I start noticing that, how can I say, the glimpse of what I was looking for. Yeah, that's how I started Tai Chi. Actually, I started 1994 in his club with Tai Chi for many years, maybe 3-4.
Was that under Yang Family Tai Chi originally, or was it just...
We were practicing Yang Family Tai Chi, but it was not, we were not part of the association, not connected to the association. There was no one that could do that in Bulgaria. We have no contact, no information.
Yeah.
Basically no contact.
Yeah.
We were cut off of this thing, and just whoever was in China, there was a famous person, Krasimir Dimitrov, they called it Krasi the Chinese, because he got the opportunity to work in China and practice specifically Tai Chi, a couple of styles, and he was the first person who showed us this stuff and trained us. And then a couple other masters in Bulgaria. One of them is Bagua master, which is a very interesting person. Master Shenfei. He is actually a doctor of Chinese medicine and helps people with the health issues using the traditional Chinese medicine. Mm-hmm. So he is the second person who actually gave us information and show us and give us the path or what to look for, especially on the martial arts application, the martial art side of the Tai Chi and this so-called internal martial art. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how we started.
Very cool. Yeah, so you got your start with Tai Chi then in 94, you said.
Yes.
So then what was your first glimpse of Wing Chun? Where did it... Were you already here in the States, or were you...
No, we started because with my Sifu, mm-hmm. we're looking for something that is realistic. We need something that is practical. Tai Chi is great, but somehow, even the push hands, but somehow the idea about the martial arts and practical things were lost. Or maybe they were not the focus nowadays, Tai Chi and Bagua. So we were looking for something very practical. And the very first contact was with Georg Kostovsky, by the way, from Macedonia, mm-hmm. who was under William C.C. Chen. No, what I'm talking about. William Chung, sorry.
William Chung,
yes.
Okay, yeah.
William Chung, I'm sorry.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Yes, William Chung, Master William Chung. And it was the first touch with them. But soon after, we got in touch with the people. They were under Leung Ting at that time, Leung Ting Wing Chun in Sofia, Dobry Dobrov, and he sent a couple instructors to plow this, so we started that too. But somehow it was not structured. Somehow it was good, but couldn't inspire us, couldn't fire us. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, it didn't catch your interest.
Yeah, I didn't catch the interest or what we're looking for with my Sifu at that time. It didn't catch us. Until Grandmaster Kensprecht, with European Virtue Organization, along with his most top instructors, came to Plovdiv University because they were putting the program for a bachelor and master degree, mm-hmm. and in the university
with the professor,
the professors, mm-hmm. All of them they have education actually with mm-hmm. some of them master, some of them PhD, the physical education they call it. I think I'm not wrong. So they came to Plovdiv and they learned that Sifu Stanislav Bagale has a club in the university, and got interested in that. It looks like, that's my opinion. And they organize type of presentation. So we present what we do, they present what they do. And we think, we're good. So we went out, present our Tai Chi, present what we know, push hands, and then come their turn. We went back to the, how do you call it, the benches?
The benches,
yeah. The benches to look them, to watch them. And when they start talking about it, start showing you, literally my jaw dropped down. Literally, I say, that is what I want. Because for me, I right away got it. That's what I was looking for. And we're just looking to with Sifu Bagale, we say, yes, that is what we want.
That's the good stuff.
That's the good stuff.
Nice, very cool. When was that? Do you remember when he came to university?
I think they came, if I'm not wrong, excuse me if I'm wrong exactly, but it was either 1996 or early 1997, one of these 2 years. Mm-hmm. Because 1997, they already, Sifu Bagalev established Wing Chun under Leung Ting system, under Grandmaster Kernsprächt club in university. I think in late 1997. I'm not exactly sure about that. And that's how we started Leung Ting Wing Chun under Grandmaster Kernsprächt and Sifu Bagale. Of course, I had to, I didn't want, I don't know how to say it, but I won green card.
You won the lottery.
I won the lottery. Until I won the lottery. And some people say, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
All right.
You won the lottery and now you're here.
And now I'm here. So I couldn't actually get so much from the training because it was a short period. You know,
So when did you come to the United States?
October 1999.
October of 99. Okay.
Yes, 99. It's a long time ago. Huh?
And you were working right here at Chicago Executive, right?
My first job was many different first jobs until I had to go to the college to study English, because if I want to get the engineering job, I gotta have English, right? Cannot get it. So I work like in a furniture store. I work as a pizza delivery boy. I worked then first my so-called real American job was at a small airport line service technician, and I went 10. I got job in this company. They're doing flight deck controls for the airspace. That's how I progress, towards the engineering.
So when you came to the States, you already had your aerospace engineering degree and your training.
Yes.
You had everything, but it was just the English language barrier that prevented you really from getting
yes, not just the barrier, but to communicate, especially in engineering, you gotta have some decent language, right?
You gotta be able to communicate well.
Yes, no one will hire you if you don't have any English, even you were the best aerospace engineer.
Yeah.
Right?
Very good.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. So then you came to the States here. So then you continued training here in the States. And so who did you train under here? So if I heard you clearly, that means that when you were in Bulgaria, you only trained there for like maybe less than a year, 1 year-ish?
Maybe less than a year, because Sifu Bagale had to go many times to Germany
to get his training.
Castles for 1-2 weeks sometimes. I don't know if sometimes it was months, to get the quick training so that he can. And that time he was not present most of the time. I don't say most of the time, but kind of concepts that I didn't have good exact instructor to teach me Wing Chun, because Sifu Bagale was constantly training. And,
he was new. He was new at the time.
Also new, and he was going there. He would come, he'd train us, and he again go there, and also to accelerate his skills and knowledge. So I was not good. I was not saying it's not good training, but not consistent. That's what probably is better said.
Yeah. So
then there was no time.
Yeah. Then you came here to the States, and who were you training under since then?
Of course, as soon as I came here, the first thing was to look for Yang Family Tai Chi club, which not existing in Chicago. It's me only right now.
Yeah.
and of course one more person, Ken, but he lives very far north. And Wing Chun school. And I was happy to find, very fortunate to find one close to me that I'm living. It's 15 minutes from here, in Wheeling. And that time I was still under Emin Botztepe, the whole organization.
So when you started, was it the IWTA or was it the AWTO?
AWTO, actually.
That's the American Wing Chun Organization.
Which was part of European Wing Chun organization, or connected. And head instructor was Sifu Emin Botztepe, and even a couple of seminars with him. Even my first two certificates, first and second degree, student grade with his signature. So there's the funny things about that. And that time, Sifu Mike Adams, he became my Sifu here. He's still my Sifu right now. And because this is his area, and that's how I started. And this Wheeling Park District Club, there was a couple different instructors there. First was Ingo Wegel. Then he left, and then now they Sifu Chris Ma and Sifu Steve Chen. They also left the organization. And finally, it's just me now. But that's how I started, and I was very happy to start again by my virtual training. And I started from zero. I didn't require any transfer of the levels or anything. So I just say, okay, start from the zero. But there was more consistent because I was here, the instructors were here, so I can do regular base, at least 2 times per week. Then sometimes I start going to Sifu Mike for private lessons to accelerate my training, and so on and so on. The story is seminars with Grandmaster Leung Ting, then with Sifu Will Parker, also from San Antonio, which is for now is the highest level instructor in America. It's a great person and very good instructor and very good teacher with excellent skills, extraordinary skills. I cannot touch him. I don't know. Right?
Yeah, he's
and
pretty
people
good.
don't believe it. And I learn a lot of him too. From Sifu Mike, I learn a lot of him, and a lot also from Sifu Will. But that's how it's our situation right now.
Yeah.
Sifu Mike is my Sifu.
Great. Yeah. So, so let's talk about you got here. First of all, before I ask the next question, I got to talk about the IWTA a little bit, right? Because I'm gonna ask you why you wanted to start a school. But first, there's a more important question, I think. Like you said, there's a lot of organization splits. There's a lot of things happening. People leaving Grandmaster Leung Ting, starting their own thing. Lots of rebels, or whatever you call it.
A lot of rebels.
And so, what made you decide? And I'm very glad that he did this, because otherwise we wouldn't have had much of a place to turn to during one of those splits. But what made you stick with Grandmaster Leung Ting? What made you stay in the IWTA? What was it that you...
So the first question is, who actually founded this system? Right. Grandmaster Leung Ting. So if I get out of this, I'm getting out of the system. And it's a period.
Yeah.
Very first thing. Second, also this is about my students. If I leave, my students gotta live with me, right? I'm gonna put them in the better choice. And the choice, you stay with me or no. If they come with me, I'm cutting off their access to the founders. So they no more can go to these seminars or update themselves. Third, how I will update myself? Who is gonna teach me? Right? I cannot be the best in the world. I need somebody to teach me. So who's going to teach me then if I leave?
Yep.
All
That's
right.
a good question. Yeah.
And so on and so on. It's I don't know. And if you're good person, you gotta stay loyal, because then you're also giving your student example. If you leave, what example do you give them?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I actually am glad that I stay. It's for benefits of my students. Yep.
Yeah. And I'm really glad that he stayed as well. So Sifu Guerman is my Sifu, for those of you guys who don't know, who are watching from afar. But one of the splits happened. both me and my wife, Anna, who's also an instructor now, and she just made her third technician a couple months ago, so very recently. When one of the splits happened, we went out for a little bit with another organization, and we didn't like it as much. And we're like, well, we still want to train with Grandmaster Leung Ting because he's the source. He's the source. He designed the system. He's the one we still have tons to learn from. So who can we turn back to? And we were so happy to hear that you had stayed with and kept running a club in your basement.
Yeah, yes, that's how it started. No,
that's how we trained. So let's move on to the next thing then.
Yes, and by the way, that's maybe people also don't realize, if I move out of the organization with other people, then I'm not going to have access to European Wing Tsun organization, right? So with my Sifu Stanislav Bagalev also. He's my first Sifu. So if I go every time to Bulgaria, I'm going every year there. So I'm not going to meet him, not going to train with him, right? That's it's another probably another small reason about that. It's not a small reason, but another reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what made you want to start your own school, to start Wing Tsun Illinois?
Looks like my desire to teach probably is born in me. I don't know. That's very first thing that maybe that's my desire to teach is with me when I'm born. And second, I would like to share this knowledge. If I don't share this knowledge, it's useless. If I don't make a people good in any way, martial arts, or if I help them in a mental training, because Wing Tsun is also very much mental training, mind training. If I don't help them, so my skills, my knowledge, they're useless. So I'm going to take that with me after, my life is ended. So, I want to spread this thing, because this is unique system. It's a very unique thing, very practical, unique system. I want to spread it. I want to let people know about it. And I see that people doesn't know about Wing Tsun or how this system is made. What does it mean to practice this system? And I want you to shout out to the world, hey guys, hey people, here's something very good. Come, I'll train you, I'll teach you. So to share with you. Probably that's the kind of the biggest reason that I was started my school. It would be pity if I stay only with me. And no one knows about that.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah, we're very glad you started that, and then I joined with you, teamed up to make this.
I'm glad that he accepted my invitation and came with me, and I'm very happy and very thankful, because he did a great job actually on a business side, and I'm very glad. That's why we have now this big thing here. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah. Okay, so one thing you wanted to talk about was the uniqueness of one of our forms of training, which is called Chisao. Chisao, and also to mention the push hands.
So let's start with Tai Chi. So very interesting thing about Tai Chi is nowadays Tai Chi slip towards or just move towards the health area. So more like a health exercise for health or balance and all this thing. But originally Tai Chi is a martial art. Even also that Tai Chi is not a martial art. Tai Chi term is from Taoist theory. It's, if you see Taoist, are you correctly saying that?
Taoist, yeah.
Taoist, yes. I'm sorry sometimes, but my pronunciation, Taoist theory, it's about, if you guys see this yin yang, more ground, how they call it, right? Mm-hmm. So yin yang, when this is two differences, right? Black and white, dark and light, hard and soft.
Male, female, hard,
also
soft.
Seen and not seen.
Seen and unseen. Yep.
Seen and unseen, and all this thing. And this is the theory. They always work together. They exist always together. And the perfect balance in the nature, or in nature have intent to go to this perfect balance. And this perfect balance, if I'm not wrong, called Tai Chi. Or sometimes they say golden path. They have a perfect balance. Neither that, neither that. No extremes, kind of that things. And this theory is brought, or philosophy is brought into the martial arts. And all these martial arts, they're practicing under or using this principle of this theory, now called it Tai Chi, but also Bagua, also Xinyi, and there is a couple more that I don't remember their names. And before, it was not called Tai Chi. The things that I practice right now, they didn't call it Tai Chi. They call it different names. One of them was the shadow boxing. Now, try to figure out what is that. I know what is that. But
So Tai Chi, before its current naming, was like shadow boxing.
Shadow boxing, or it was known the soft boxing of Chun family, or soft boxing Yang family. They were more connected to the families.
It was like the Yang family, like boxing form or something like that.
Yes, because they called it Tai Chi Quan or Tai Chi Chuan. It depends of the part of the China, and that means the last Chuan or Quan means fist or fighting or boxing. So, but it was attached later on. I think, if I'm not wrong, was about 60s in China. It was attached.
In the 1960s.
Okay, so what meant that? So they had this practice, now we call it push hands. It's called push hands to avoid injuries or to make it safe. They called it to make it safe, but they called it push hands. But actually, in the old times, it was called clinking hands. Clinking, right? Mm-hmm. Like you fighting, you clink the hands. When you're fighting, what do? You clinking the hands with each other, right? Mm-hmm. Or sticky hands, or exchanging hands. Mm-hmm. And what is the uniqueness? And this also transfers to the Wing Tsun, which is, we called it sticky hands. But if I call them clinking hands, also will be okay, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw one of the translations of Chi Sao in the Wing Chun Kun book was arm clinging.
Arm clinging. See,
not sticking hands, but arm clinging.
Arm clinging. Mm-hmm. So if you look from the view of the fight, when the two people fight, very often what they do, they cling with their hands. Is that correct?
Yeah.
They cling with their hands. Doesn't matter they do kind of boxing, Wing Chun, or whenever. They're clinging their hands. And that is what is presented in push hands and the Chi Sao. And I think uniqueness is that this system has the method which very much imitates what is the fighting each other, but in the way to not so much, beating each other. Mm-hmm. But actually, if you do in the correctly way push hands and sticky hands in Chi Sao and Wing Chun, you both fighting with each other, right? Both wants to fight. I want to fight you, you want to fight me, but we kind of, through the techniques, through the practice, we're figuring out how to deal with that, right? Mm-hmm. And have a sense of that. So if you get in fight, you already have some sense of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Without having big injuries. Although sometimes it goes to that way.
Yeah.
Right? You the people are a little bit more energetic or more I don't know how to say it. More energetic. Sometimes it goes even to that way. I went a couple of times to that way and have a bloody nose or cut lips. Mm-hmm. But that's the uniqueness because it's met on the systematic practice. It's like a bridge between the techniques and real fight. And this bridge, gives you this good sense about what is this actually a real fight, right? When I cling hand to hand with my other opponent and he wants to hit me, I want to hit him too. Because he's not going to stay. He never, in the real fight, who stays, do one punch and stays? No one. Yeah. They just keep going. That I think is the uniqueness. I think this is my opinion. Yeah. Of course, is the uniqueness of this method that exists in Wing Tsun and before existed in reality in Tai Chi too.
Very cool. Very awesome. Yeah, so see, we're going to start wrapping up here, but one important question I do want to ask before we go on. So a lot of people know you here in this area, but a lot of people don't really know Sifu Will. And you've trained with him many times over the years. You've seen him for I don't know how long. I can't even.
I would say about, 2023?
Yeah.
Maybe more than 15 years.
Yeah, so besides Sifu Will, besides Sifu Mike, your main training inspiration has been with Sifu Will.
Right, yes.
And so I just want to talk to you, want to talk a little bit about him, what it's like to train with him, like maybe some lessons he's taught you in the past and how he always helps you to get better, and maybe to see, how you feel about this upcoming seminar. I mean, we invited you here. I'm super excited to train with him.
I'm always super excited when I train with Sifu.
Yeah, I'm excited for him to just beat me and figure out what I'm doing wrong.
Yes, I want to let somebody piss me, so I know what is wrong with me, because I don't know if I always dominate over the students. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Yeah, so maybe you can tell, because Sifu Will actually has agreed to do one of these podcasts with me. So I'll be very happy to do an interview
it will be very
with
interesting.
Him as well. Yes.
Look for that, guys. Look for that, yes.
So maybe you can tell some stories about Sifu Will, some things he's done for you, or anything you'd like to say.
I know one story that he loves it. He likes one story. I think it was my examen for 9th student grade. A long time ago. The 9th student grade means black shirt, which means assistant instructor. And he came to Chicago again for seminar. Sifu Mike was there. My old instructor, Steve Chun and Chris Ma were there too. And, of course, Sifu Will always likes, to see how he can do it. Like, can you fight? Can you do something, right? And he say, okay, Guerman. I'm a little bit like, I try to say like he's saying, go with Sifu Mike over there behind the door, and Sifu Mike, don't let him touch you. And I said, went there, okay, whenever happens, I'll go there. And we start like, free Lat Sao. Lat Sao, I don't know if everybody knows, but probably people doesn't know. Lat Sao means free hand. You don't go through some certain techniques, you just go freely. And, of course, we went on, poof, it was a noise, actually, a big noise, and suddenly Sifu Will shows up inside and say, it is very interesting here, let me try too. And then he also beat me. It was so funny. And the big noise, because there was a door that, like swimming door, but only to one side. So this door will swim out and back because it will hit me to the door, then I got to go back again, fight him. And then when I got out, No problems. And everybody said, "Are you okay?" I said, "What?" There was so big, great noise. They say, we thought that the building will fall down, like that. I don't know why he likes that story, but he likes that story. And that was my testing for ninth student grade. Mm-hmm. So what to say about Sifu Will? It's very accurate. It's very precise, like you have a sniper that is got you on the cross. And if you move 1 millimeter or 1/10 of the inch, and you're gone. That's the precision that I like, and that I would try to also acquire when I'm practicing with him, to make me more accurate, to correct me, and the flow that the touch of continuous flow, not stopping. It is very amazing, and he helped me a lot on that idea how precision is very important, and how the flow, the touching immediately go with not stopping is also important in the training. Yeah.
Great. Excellent. Yeah, we do use a lot of Sifu Will's drills here in our school as well. He comes and gives us some drills to practice, and we implement them into our training. So
yes.
You guys can thank Sifu Will for that as well.
Yeah.
All right. Any last words before we wrap up here?
Probably have a lot to say, but just want to add that the martial arts is not only the way to improve your physical or self-defense skills, learn how some cool techniques, but it is very much mental training. And what I appreciate in Wing Tsun and Tai Chi is that focus, that from the beginning you're actually working also on your mind, making more calm, more observed, more connected, more focus, more balance, to not so much jump, when something affecting on you, the stress or anything else. So you'll be more accordingly reacting, not just reacting by some jump or emotions. It very much helps, especially this Chisao training very much helps on that mental focus and the mental mind, that actually mind controls your body. And through the practice, you teaching your mind also, practicing your mind to be more self-defense oriented also, in the perspective helps in your life. Okay, that's what I want to say. You have to consider martial arts like that too.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Sifu, for joining me. You guys can also follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, if you want to see videos of all the cool stuff we're doing here in the school. He's got a lot of demonstration videos. Thank you again, Sifu Guerman, for joining me. And for those of you listening, remember, subscribe to us, like us. This content, we put it out for you guys, and it's free. Everyone can listen to it and have fun and enjoy growing in your own martial art. You don't even have to train Wing Chun. Of course, we'd like it if you did train Wing Chun right here in Glenview, okay? So whatever else you guys are doing, come on in here. But anywhere you are in your martial arts journey, if you're training for sports, if you're training to compete, if you're in jiu-jitsu or karate or anything, all right, these podcasts are here for you guys to just enlighten and improve everyone's lives, okay? So thank you again, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.